Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel, and finally, welcome to Total War Rome Remastered Barbarian Invasion. Now that's a lot of colons right there. Now, as many of you no doubt know already, the Western Roman Empire campaign is notoriously difficult for many reasons. For starters, your glorious Roman Empire is in decline. It is so decadent that it's been split in two, and you, my dear Imperator, is in charge of the lame part. But in this video, I will try to set you on the right path from turn 1 to transform this lame duck into the best Roman you ever had. As always, my Caesars and Cleopatras, if you enjoy what I do, it would mean a lot if you left a like on this video, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, like that general says, on to the day's bloody awesome business. The Western Roman Empire is, to put it very mildly and safe for work, royally at the start of the game. It might look all nice and red from up here, and your cities might, have some nice green or orange faces here and there, but as you can see, most of your cities are on the brink of utter revolt. This is in large part due to three things. The first is religion. Barbarian invasion takes place in the midst of the Christianization of the Roman Empire, but sadly, not everyone is as happy to praise the Lord Jesus Christ just yet, as they believe Jupiter still has a few good years left in him. The kicker is that this applies both to your population and your generals, and together with temples or churches and your faction leader, they all contribute to the spread of the various religions and happiness or unhappiness in your cities. Second is the fact that your cities are severely underdeveloped. You lack basic infrastructure which needs fixing, and some cities simply have too large populations, requiring city upgrades. Third, your empire is just too damn massive for its own good right now, and the further away your cities are to your capital, the angrier they will be. All of these factors lay the groundwork for your predicament. Oh, I'm sorry, did you think we were finished? Oh, no, my dear. That's so cute, oh my. No, actually, this is extremely serious. You see, here's the deal. Massive cosmic imperial powers, itty-bitty pocket change. That's right, we only have 1,000 denarii to spend at the start of the game, which is not even, it's not enough, like at all. And on top of that, we have completely smelly and unwashed barbarians at our gates, and believe me, they will make themselves heard. So yeah, we're looking at a grand total of religious fundamentalism, civil war, economic depression, and foreign invasion. And you may keep the change. What we have to do then is convert the empire to whatever religion we wish, which in this tutorial is Christianity. Rebuild it, and begin to look to our defenses. Good game, Barbarian Invasion, easy game, easy life. Now I'll just go and cry in the arms of my future wife. Before we do anything else, we're going to change our capital, because this changes everything. Your capital is Rome, but if we go to Massilia, and make that our capital, we change the happiness status of every city in the empire. Because there is something called a distance to capital modifier, which determines that if your cities are further away from your empire, they're also more angry, so be careful of this modifier. We begin with looking at each individual city, to check which of them we are able to keep from revolting over a set number of turns, and then convert. To do so, we take a look at the happiness indicator of each city. If the indicator is below 75%, you're gonna have a bad time, because anything under 75% and your population will revolt within a few turns. Therefore, we must be wary of what we do with each one. Now, there are several ways religion affects a city's happiness, and ways of converting them. We see here that the most important thing in the long run will be the city temple or church, a governor's personal religion, and the religious influence of nearby cities. Therefore, what we do in virtually 100% of the situations is trash every pagan temple in the empire. Now this might seem extreme, but you're right. But what this does is first and foremost give us some extra needed cash, allowing us to replace them with churches. We do this in as many cities as possible. We might even want to do this in the cities which will 100% revolt in the next few turns, simply because of the nearby religious influence factor, which will give us a long-term Christianizing effect, like in some of these eastern provinces like Salona. To get even more cash, we demolish the military buildings in the provinces we are bound to lose to revolt very soon, because doing so will remove the rebellion's ability to spawn your own powerful troops, making it that much easier to retake the cities. In some cases, like in the cities we will not be able to retake for some time, we can also consider destroying much of the civilian infrastructure, simply because we are extremely strapped for cash. At the same time, it is vital that we adjust the tax policy of virtually every city, which we will mostly set to low. This will hurt our finances but be good for our realm in the long run, and in some cases, we should also turn the public games up to monthly or even daily, even though this will cost us. In the cases where the cities will be guaranteed to be lost, however, we can just turn this all the way up to very high, because we have nothing left to lose there anyway. Now, the only place where we will not spend effort Christianizing on the first turn is in Britain, because it is paradoxically a relatively happy and content place right now, and because both cities are pagan with a pagan governor. And despite being close to Gaul, Londinium doesn't actually influence any other cities than the one to its north, so it has no real effect on the rest of the empire. What we will do, however, is turn Britain's tax rate up to high. Now, what's extremely handy for us is that by examining the settlement tab, we can see how the happiness factor will develop in the next turn. Therefore, we can feel safe knowing that Aquincum will be happy even though it right now very much is not, and despair because there is nothing to be done with Lepsis Magna. That is also why I moved my army out of the city, because it serves no purpose there. We could consider doing the same with other generals, because most of them are pagan, and therefore kind of sabotage our religious conversion process. However, many of them contribute more to happiness than they take away, and therefore, the vast majority will stay in their cities for this first turn. The only exception is in Carthago Nova, which will revolt, so I've removed the general and the army because, oh yeah, the general has a chance of both dying in the riots and to become disloyal and leave the empire outright. We'll also move our emperor to Ravenna to boost the happiness and Christianization process there, because, as you can see, characters have traits which determine how good at spreading religion they are, and our emperor Valentinius is very good at spreading the gospel. At the same time, we raise the games to daily in Ravenna, and we move our previous governor in Ravenna over to Mediolanum to shore up the public order there. Additionally, Decimus Flavius, who's being used for no good on Sardinia, will begin moving to Rome, again to make use of him as a good governor there. In the case of Syracuse, soon to be a Christian city with a pagan governor, we will leave him in for the first few turns before moving him out, since he accounts for about 15% of the city's public order right now. We shall also move this army in Spain into the city. This army in Gaul will be marching towards the Alemanni to destroy them and destroy their settlement for gold in a few turns, and we will also begin the recruitment of a few soldiers in most Gallic cities to help public order, or to use them in retaking the cities later. We also raise a unit in Carthage. Finally, to raise some gold on this first few turns, we will talk to the Alemanni, moving our handsome guy Magnus over here and giving away map information for some sweet 2,000 denarii. We will begin the same process by moving our other diplomat over to the Eastern Roman Empire, but he won't reach his destination before next turn. We also do well to disband a lot of cavalry units, which cost a lot of money in upkeep, so be mindful of your troops and how much they cost. And now, we can see that our empire is in, if not good shape, then at least much better shape than before. We have laid the foundation for a Christian Western Roman Empire, even though it will definitely come at the cost of some public order hardship in the short term. I have set up this first turn for you, but in the next few ones, you need to continue the process, determining where your armies should go, how you're gonna make money, and where you will prioritize its spending. This might be going to war to sack and execute cities, beat your enemies, or even your own rebellious ones. These are both valid tactics. What you must prepare for in the medium to long run, however, is foreign invasion from the north, south, and east, so be mindful of your need to field strong armies as well. We can't all be nerdy Greeks or pants-wearing Persians now, can we? And that, my friends, was one way to optimize your Western Roman Empire campaign on turn 1. I hope it was easy enough to follow. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!